guys, welcome to part 2 of my little mini YouTube series. I'm so excited to get into the more nitty-gritty of making a YouTube channel, how to do it, what are the steps, what should you expect, all that jazz. If you guys haven't been here before, my name is Kate, and I'm so excited to have you guys here today. I post weekly on Thursdays. It would mean a lot to me if you subscribed. I would love that. So let's get into it. My last video that I posted, I talked about why you should make a channel, what to expect when making a channel in 2020. Now I'm gonna get more into the nitty-gritty. I'm gonna have this video, I'm gonna sit down and record this part, but I'm also gonna show you guys some stuff on my laptop on screen recording so you guys can see kind of the process of what I do. I think it'll be the best way for you guys to see it, experience it, and know what's going on. So let's get into it. All right guys, I made a list. I love lists. It helps me put my thoughts into reality. So there's a few steps that I listed in how to get your channel started. So I'm gonna go through them real quick and then we're gonna dive into them. So the first one is making your account, designing your account. That comes into end screen, title, your channel design, all that, video recording, editing and music, posting it, and then your growth in analytics. Let's start with making the channel itself. So the first thing that you need to do when making a YouTube channel is come up with a username. It needs to be creative, but it needs to be simple. I would never usually put numbers in your title, but there is one YouTuber, her name's Alexa Sunshine83. Her name is really catchy and she has a little jingle that goes along with her username. So I always remember her username. My name is literally my first and middle name, Kate D. It's unique because it sounds like Katie, but it's different enough that there's not a lot of YouTubers with that name. So think about what you can call yourself. If you just want to go by your first and last name, do it. More power to you. Just come up with something, create that account, and link it to a Gmail account that you are going to check often. I would highly recommend making a new account for it if that's the easiest way to go for you, so that you know you can check it often. And then also when you're making your YouTube name, try to keep it near your social media handles. My issue is my Instagram name is Kate Eggy, my YouTube name is Kate D. So if my followers are looking up Kate D on Instagram, they're not gonna find me. So that's not gonna connect my two platforms. I do link all my social media handles in the descriptions of my videos, but at that same time, you still have to deal with the fact that if people just search your name and don't look at the description, they're not gonna find you. So that's something that I should have done, but I'm too committed to my names now to change them. Also creating your account, think about days that you wanna post. What would be a day out of your week that you think would be the easiest and that people would want to look at your stuff? So mine just became Thursdays about a year and a half ago. I was originally posting on like Sundays, Friday. I can't even remember. I had a random weekend day that did not work for my followers because people were going out or spending their weekends elsewhere. Weekdays, if you want to do a posting time, go for it. I don't do that just because my days are all over the place because I do work on Thursdays, so I try to post during my lunch break. So definitely take that into account if you do have a full-time job. You can also schedule to post at a certain time when you do upload the video. I don't recommend doing that because I've noticed that my views are always better when I post it myself immediately. Fun fact, I don't know if that's real. That's just something that I've noticed over time with my channel, so I don't know. Now let's talk about the design of your account. So when you go to a YouTube homepage, you see the icon, you see the username, you see the videos, you see a header, all that jazz. You need to make it pretty and cohesive because who doesn't love a pretty header? I made my header in Photoshop. I do a lot of Photoshop. I already knew how to do it, but you can make it in Canva or Pixar or something like that. Think about what your brand is. Think about how you think other people will associate your colors with your names. Mine is actually blue and orange. I would associate myself with pink usually, but I love my header, so yeah, I should probably update it. I should take my own advice, right? I don't know.
Okay, little quick mini tutorial on Canva real quick. You can use this for so many things and it's probably the easiest design free app that you can get. You can get it on your phone or on a computer, but it already has like the dimensions planned out for you. So if you look up YouTube, you can find like the channel art, you can find a thumbnail, you can literally pick from any of these options and it'll already have the dimensions. So you can go through and kind of see like, okay, what do I want to use as a template? Like, what do I want my aesthetic to be? And this one right here, I see all the time and it's really editable, very customizable. So once you get into there, you can go and look in, well, you can upload a picture or you can pull one of yours if you already have some in there. And then I took the filter that I put on there off, and then you can just adjust it to your name or whatever you want to do. You can put new videos out, or kind of talk about the content that you produce, so that when they see it, they know, oh, she or he posts a certain type of video, or, you know, they upload every Tuesday or Thursday or whatever. And then you can edit the background, you can edit basically everything, and just really customize it to be your liking. And yeah, so you could download it really quick to your phone or your computer, and then you upload it right to YouTube. So that's my little mini tutorial on Canva.
Another thing you need to think about when it comes to your design is your end screen and your icon in the bottom right hand corner. So if you guys look at the bottom right hand corner of this video, you will see a little decal. That icon is a subscribe button. You can post it when you go into your settings of YouTube. You can click if you want it throughout the entire video. You can click and see if you want it for just the duration of it, if you want it for whatever. You can click. I have it for the whole thing because I think it's really minimal. It doesn't take away from the videos. It's just white, it's square, and I like it. So think about what kind of design you want. Start making it, try Canva, try to make it a transparent background if possible, so it does have that lighter look to it, so it doesn't take away from your video. But I've seen a lot of people do really cute icons, so be creative with it. If you want to just do an icon instead of your name, feel free, just be really creative. Your end screen is very, very, very important, and I didn't realize how important it was until later in my life. So at the end of every single video of mine, you will see a 20-second end screen where you can go to the next video, or I have mine set. It'll have my subscribe button, which is an icon of myself. It is the video best recommended for that viewer based on their YouTube history, and then the last video that I uploaded so that they can go and check that out.
Okay guys, so I'm using Canva again to show you how simple it is to make an end screen on this website. It is so easy. So if you look up YouTube thumbnail, you will get the right proportions and dimensions for an end screen. So go through and customize it however you want. Upload your pictures, add your text, add your font, just really play with it. Try to make it your aesthetic, and there's really no right or wrong answer with this. And one thing that I would really take into consideration is making sure that you leave a lot of empty space though, because that's where you're going to put those video links at the end of your video so that they can go and click them after they finish your video. So make sure you leave a lot of empty space on there. Just have fun with this, like really take your time. There's so many cool options with Canva, even the free version that you can do. You can add in your social media on there, and they have the icons already ready for you. So yeah, just play with it, have a good time, and try Canva out. It's really cool. A little bit more into end screens. Once you have it finished, you're gonna plop it onto your video. And I use more interactive fonts and stuff that just makes it pop a little bit more. So once you first start out, like, don't worry too much about this. Once you get a little bit more comfortable with software that you're using, you can go ahead and make your end screen a little bit more interactive. But I just adjust the music so that it fades in and out and gets a little bit louder during my end screen.
So make sure you take advantage of that and think about how you want your end screen to look. You can Google end screen proportions, do it in Canva, and just be really creative with it. And it's a great place to put your social media icons. People don't usually make it to the end of every video unless it's super interesting throughout the entire thing. Now let's talk about creating the actual content, which is what YouTube is, the big guy, which is content creation. Okay, so camera setup. I talked about this in my last video. You don't need a super fancy camera, but you can if you want. And with that being said, I have 3 different types of lighting. I have a ring light, which was my OG go-to. I think I got it off Amazon for $80 for my birthday one year. Or you can do box lighting. I've done that. I use that more for studio shooting. And then I have this little guy, which I will link in the description. He goes on the top of my camera, and it's just a little bright light, and I can dim it, I can make it brighter, and it really illuminates me in contrast to my background, which I really like. So I will link that down. I don't see many YouTubers using that kind of setup. I really like it. I recently started using it. I actually bought it for videography because I use it during weddings for receptions when it's really dark. So it's helped me out a lot, and I'm going to be using it a lot more because I really enjoy it. Make sure when you're filming that you look at your surroundings. Think about either a clean background or something that's not too distracting. Like, this isn't probably the best place to be filming, but I wanted to switch it up because I do film in front of a certain wall in my bedroom often. I have like a bunch of pictures laid out. You can go check out any of my other videos. I'm probably in front of it. But today I just wanted to do something different. But I did set up a little candle, a little aesthetic, get some warm light going, and just really take your background into consideration when you are filming. People don't even know. You can literally put up a sheet and be fine. Just try to make it clean and so it doesn't take away from you because you are the subject of the video. Let's talk about editing. So make sure your content is fun and exciting and that people would actually want to watch it to begin with. And then when you go into editing, you're going to upload it onto your computer. Unless you're editing from your phone, then you will upload it to an app and then you will start editing. The process is literally endless. You can do anything.
When it comes to editing, there's so much I could say. Like, I can make an entire other video on this, so I'm going to briefly kind of show you a couple things that I do that make me feel like my videos look a little bit more clean. So I go through and I look at my lighting a lot. I use Final Cut Pro, like I've said a couple times, and I just scan over it. I'm looking for where the lighting changes because obviously I'm sitting in front of a window and I'm filming for such a long time for this video that the lighting changes a lot behind me. So right here, I am going into my color board and I'm turning the whites up, taking the blacks down a little bit, adding a little bit more contrast, and just tweaking it over and over and over again until I feel like I actually like the video. I'll turn the saturation up a little, turn the blues a little bit darker so that it just adds that like really pretty effect in the background. So, I mean, this is just like a process. Like, you just go all over, you try different things, and you turn the color board off and on often just to see, like, does it look good? Should I tweak it more? Like, does the original video look better than my edits? Like, oh, I don't even know how to get into all this. It's just a lot of playing around and seeing what works for you. You can check on the audio and adjust that a little bit, and it's just so much that you can do.
I can go into depth about how I edit my YouTube videos if you guys are curious, and just really become creative. People live for those creative things. Like, Emma Chamberlain is a genius when it comes to YouTube video editing. She just does these quirky little edits that people know her by, and it's brilliant. I don't really do that many, but it's something I need to work on. Just think about it. What is something that you think you would laugh about? Like, what's funny to you? Another part of editing is selecting music, and this is so annoying. Selecting music is the worst. My biggest video on my channel is at 70,000 views, and it is my big little reveal video. But I used copyright music, so now that I am monetized with YouTube, I can't make money off of it. Yeah. And it still grows to this day. And I literally cannot make a penny off of it because I used copyright music. So when you are looking for music, you can look up SoundCloud and look up copyright free music. You can go to the YouTube audio library and they have a ton of music that you can download from there. You can Google copyright free aesthetic music. I use that a lot. Whatever, just be so careful about copyright music, because once you are monetized, you can go back and claim monetization on your other videos, and then you can start making money from old videos based on the views that they are making that day.
Since I had to get music for this video anyways, I figured I would show you guys my process of doing that. Really quickly, I found a non-copyright aesthetic audio from this person right here. I'm going to link this video in the description, but once I found the song that I wanted to use, I found a YouTube video with just the song. I put it into a converter. This is my favorite. A lot of them are really bad. And then I downloaded the video to my computer, and then I went ahead and plopped it right over my audio and adjusted it accordingly. I like it to start like quieter at the beginning and then get a little bit louder.
Take the music into account. I cannot stress this enough. It is so important to pick copyright-free music. I'm so regretting some of the videos that I didn't do it with. But if you guys want some links to copyright-free music, I will link some down below for you to get started with. And if you guys have any questions about that, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer. Let's talk about posting and posting time. That is so important. Like I said at the beginning of this video, picking a day to post weekly is so important. I didn't realize how important it was until recently when I stopped posting videos every single week. At that time, people stopped expecting them and my views went down. So posting every single week is so important, and interacting with those people that comment and like and all that kind of stuff. Make sure you're interacting with them. You can form so many cool relationships. I have one subscriber in particular, and she follows me on all social media. She will message me all the time and repost my stuff to her story, and it just literally makes me so happy that I formed that relationship with that subscriber, and now this girl is able to DM me and know that I'm gonna answer her. I think that's so important. All right, now let's talk about growth. Growth is so confusing with YouTube. You can have a video with 70,000 views, with 20,000 views, with 5,000 views, and you could get 2 subscribers from them. You could get 100 subscribers. Your views could spike instantly and then go back down the next week. Growth on YouTube is so confusing, but it is so cool in a way. When I post a video every week, I expect the same expectation every single time. It could be picked up, it could not be picked up. And I set that bar for myself. So when it is picked up, I'm super enthusiastic. I'm super happy about it. If it's not picked up, I'm like, okay, what can I do better next time? So growth is so interesting. Keep an eye on those analytics. See if there is certain keywords that you use in your videos that do well for you, but make sure that you're not just putting a bunch of keywords in your description, because YouTube can sense that and they'll be like, no, this is spam. Think about words that you can use to describe what your video is and stay on trend. I don't pick my videos based on what's trending right now, which is probably why my growth is a little bit slower than most. I don't see like boyfriend tag and I'm like, okay, I need to do this. I'm like, okay, what can I post this week that I am interested in? And that's why I'm not burnt out on YouTube yet, is because every single week I'm posting content that I genuinely want to post and that I genuinely am proud to be posting. I don't just post to post. And that's something so important that people can see through the camera, is if you're not passionate about it, they're 100% gonna be able to tell. I promise you that.
So this is a very loose kind of explanation of analytics, but as you can see here, you can kind of see when you posted your videos and the growth around that time. So during my big spike, that is when I posted my Marshall's haul video, and it did really, really well. And then this blue line is my big little video, which is my biggest video yet. So you can kind of look and see the views, and you can switch it and see the whole duration of your channel. So the blue is obviously the big little video, and then the green spike is my Marshall's haul video. So those are my 2 videos that really, really, really did well. Didn't expect either of them to spike the way that they did, but really excited about that. So with analytics, you really just have to take your time of understanding, like, you know, your views, your watch time, the shares, likes versus dislikes, all that kind of stuff. So I can go into more detail if you guys need, of course. But yeah, there you go.
Make sure you also understand that people are going to unsubscribe from you. You're not going to be able to tell who is unsubscribing from you, because it just happens. You can't go through and see every single subscriber. You can't go through and see everyone who unsubscribed from you. You just have to keep working through it and say, okay, this video didn't do as well. Why? Was there something I did? And really think about it. You don't have to be like, oh crap, I can never make a video like that again because people weren't liking it. No, just be like, okay, let me one up it. Let me do better. Let me think about something else that they might like. But also make sure, like I said, you're passionate about what you're posting. So I know this video is all over the place. I am so excited to share some of these tips with you guys. I am monetized now. I'm not collecting YouTube payments yet, so if that puts anything into perspective for you, I'm so close to being able to, but I'm really taking my time with it, and I want to make sure everything is set before I start doing that. So It's not going to be an instant thing. I've been doing YouTube for over 2 years and it is a slow process. You shouldn't be making a channel if you're not passionate about it to begin with, because they're going to be able to tell. So anyways, I hope this helped. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Put them down in the description. I can go in depth about any more of this information. Let me know. I'm happy to help. I hope you guys go ahead and make that channel. I hope you guys continue to watch me, subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye!